Jeff Bodine dominated the GM Goodwrench 400 this afternoon at the Michigan International Speedway. The race also saw point leader Dale Earnhardt have a rare DNF. Let's look at the highlights from today's race. Today's Winston Cup highlights are brought to you by Texaco Haviland Formula 3. Add more life to your car. Although the green flag flew shortly after 12:30, the 41-car field failed to complete even a lap before this 8-car wreck was triggered by Billy Standridge. Bobby Hillen is the driver that went up on his side. A lot of wrecked race cars, but no one was injured. The race finally restarted on lap 13, with Jeff Bodine setting sail and a group of drivers descending on John Andretti for second. It took until lap 41 before anyone could make a challenge to Bodine, and it was Rusty Wallace in his Miller Genuine Draft Ford racing Bodine to the stripe as rain would fall and bring out the second caution of the day. On lap 52, it was green flag racing once again, but just a couple of laps later, Winston Cup points leader Dale Earnhardt and Todd Bodine made contact going into turn 3. Both cars would wreck. Earnhardt was done for the day, finishing 37th. Jeff Bodine would continue to run out front until second round of pit stops were through, and that's where it would get interesting, as Rusty Wallace ran his Miller Genuine Draft Ford out of fuel on pit road. But that was the first of his problems. As he tried to fire it on pit road, the car fell off the jack, and he almost went a lap down. Just laps later, Jeff Gordon lost the cylinder in his DuPont Chevy after a solid run inside the top 5. With 30 laps to go, there were only 7 cars left on the lead lap, and both Bobby Labonte and Kyle Petty were in jeopardy of going one down. That's when the 4th caution flag flew for the hood of Jeremy Mayfield's Fingerhut Ford, which flew off and got into the crowd. No one was hurt. Green flag, lap 177. Bodine, Mark Martin, and Kyle Petty, who was running third after coming from 40th. Bodine stretched it out, but there was one more yellow flag for Loy Allen's wreck. Both Petty and Rick Mast would pit for fresh rubber. Rick would take on 2, Kyle would take 4. The green flag waved with 10 to go, but the best race was for third between Bobby Labonte, Rick Mast, Rusty, and Kyle. Meanwhile, it was Bodine looking for his first win ever at Michigan. Bodine would get to the checkered flag first. He was followed by Martin Mast, Rusty, Bobby Labonte, and Kyle Petty. Now here's your Super 8 Top 8 finisher.